guys, it's Marta,
And
and welcome back to the Day Night Podcast.
1, 2, 3, funk it.
My darling, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
That's my name?
Yeah.
Martim.
Martim, we know your name. How old are you and where are you from?
I'm 19 and I'm from Portugal originally.
Cool. And where do we know you from? So where do we know each other from?
I've known Marta the longest, I think,
Yeah, technically.
Technically, yeah.
On a technicality.
because my mom used to work for you,
Yeah.
and I went to your house.
Play
we
video
met
games
there.
with my brother.
With your brother, yeah, exactly. And Lisa, I know you from school. Actually, I think I know you the longest, actually, because
You were in S1 together?
we were in S2.
Oh, you joined us two right away?
No, because I was in S1, I was in the French section.
Yeah.
Because there was some weird thing, I was never in an English school, so I couldn't be in the English section.
Yeah.
But then midway to S2, I switched to the English section. That's where I met you. We didn't become really friends until
A lot
S4.
later. Yeah, a lot later.
Yeah.
Which we're gonna get to that in a minute. But yeah, and then Marta, I guess. And then for me, well, I guess it's the same thing. I did see you around school.
Yeah, of course.
In
We knew
S1.
each other because we're in the same class. We talked to really like in-depth talking, like
Yeah,
S4.
yeah, it came a lot later. But that's also because our friend group merged and it became so gigantic. I remember lunch breaks.
We had the what's it called? The Last Supper.
Like it was giving the last
put,
Supper.
no, guys, we started the trend of putting tables together. I'm attributing that to our friend
Yeah.
group. We started that. If you ever see people doing that at school, that was us.
Give us the
We
credit,
started
please.
that. We
Yes,
started
we
that.
did.
The blueprint.
Uh-huh.
But that table was a snake. It
It was
was
literally sometimes
long.
3 tables. Yeah.
And we'd all be huddled in trying to speak over each other. It was
It was fun though. It was fun.
It was, yeah.
I hated
I wouldn't do it again.
You
I
didn't like it?
hated it so much. Yeah, I hated it so much because it was like, okay, yeah, we were all together and it was lunchtime and stuff, but there was sometimes it just got too much and overstimulating.
I get that.
Yeah, so it got a bit overstimulated. So there were many times I just had to go away for some time and be like, okay, you guys have your moment, I'm out though. But it was fun when it lasted though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that.
I would say that, especially when we all started. No, this stuff started during COVID when we had that one call.
Oh, the robot.
Oh yes.
We all,
I
guys,
remember. Oh my
during COVID, we couldn't get out, right? Remember COVID? So we had a video call where we just all played Roblox for like
No, but
2-3
it first
hours.
started off with us girls, and then we invited Yanni and
Yanni
no,
invited me.
Yanni
Yeah.
invited you, and then he invited Noah. Noah was there.
Yeah.
Because and then he had a cool online game. No. It was first Among Us.
We played Among Us, and then we played
then-
Roblox, and we played Cards
Among
Against
Us
Humanity.
came later.
Yeah.
I think Roblox came first because Among Us was like a
yeah,
later
okay,
on S3 kind of thing.
So we did that, and then that's when we started hanging out. S3 again, not so much, but then S4 is when we all really sat together and
Yeah.
then we all kind of became friends.
Also, it's because our class kind of got like smaller and smaller each
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
So we kind of got closer.
People left.
People left, but
Or just switched schools.
or just switched schools. Yeah.
They left.
Yeah, you're right.
Left. So and then we had the group chat. Do you remember the group chat, Dayquil?
We literally we rediscovered
Yesterday.
it yesterday. There's some people in there we didn't know were in there.
Like Dio was in there.
You was in there.
Dio was in there.
Dio was in there.
Hyper Shack was in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Cisco Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's still in it.
Her old phone number, but oh
Did
my
not know
god.
that. Was that on Instagram or on WhatsApp?
No, on
No, it's
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
It was Dayquil, and I think we changed the name to Friends.
S7. Yeah, it's
Yes,
friends.
seven.
No. That's
That's
the
different.
class group chat.
Yeah. And then there's 7 friends.
You texted a lot on that group chat, I remember. It was
Yeah.
you, Ben David, Diana.
Diana spoke a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
was
do that
out.
anymore.
It was literally we spoke about everything under the sun, even the most stupidest thing. There was a conversation out of it.
Yeah.
It could have been about dust, and someone would talk about suffocating the dust, and it'd go on and on and on. It was crazy.
That's the fun part, though.
Yeah. The
We
random.
made it work, honestly, because we're all such different people. Like we have different personalities, different interests, but
can
it
all bring it to the
somehow
table.
exactly like it somehow it works to some extent.
I got overwhelmed because I'm not a good texter, and I'm either on my phone or I'm not. And usually you guys were texting when I was not on my phone, so it was just out of the conversation. I didn't know how to join, but like it's fine.
Yeah,
I don't text her.
No.
No, you open your phone and be like 300 messages from friends and something. I was like, wow. But coming back to you, Martin, I want to talk about your hobbies. What are your hobbies?
I
Okay.
wonder what. I wonder what it is.
Well,
No
the
one,
viewers
no
don't
one,
know.
viewers
no
don't
one
know.
would guess this, but I actually love music. I play quite a bit of music every day. It's just my thing basically.
What instruments do you play?
Mainly I'm a bass player, even though no one would tell you that, because they mostly see me play guitar. Because for some reason there's a lot of bass players in our school, which is not normal. For example, your brother
My
plays
brother
bass.
plays the bass, yeah.
So I play guitar for the band with him. But I also play bass as I said, and I play drums. Yeah.
Okay, that's really
Not
How,
good.
yeah, I was gonna ask what's
Not
the
good.
level.
Not
Okay.
good drums.
You're gonna get
It's
that.
I'm gonna say it's an attempted drummer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
What genre of music do you play in that?
No, say the top 3 genres. What are they like?
My top three genres.
Yeah.
Number one is obviously metal.
Yeah.
If anyone knows me, and because of my hair, hello, is metal. Just it's my life basically. I want to do it for the rest of my life if I possibly can. The second one is actually jazz. Jazz is so cool to me because it's either virtuosic, so it's just the most insane playing in every instrument you've ever heard, or it's the most chill thing ever.
Yeah.
And you can talk to your friends with it in the background, or you can like be in a party in the background or anything. Jazz is just great. There's
So good.
and there's so many different genres and so many different ways to play jazz. It's just anyone could get into it, even if you've played for 10 years or a month. It's great. The third one's actually a hard thing to say because I don't want to be that guy that says metal, punk, and rock, which is just basically so close to each other. So I'm trying to say something else. I'm gonna go with dubstep.
Dubstep?
Dubstep, yeah.
Okay. For the viewers who don't know what that is, what is that?
It's basically electronic music that goes really, really hard on the bass. I like bass, if you haven't guessed yet, from being a bass player. And I like more extreme genres of music because in metal there's a lot of extreme genres. Even in jazz there's a lot of extreme genres. There's something called freeform jazz, which is just everyone just does whatever and they try to play off each other. And sometimes it just sounds so chaotic, but it's so fun. In dubstep, there's a lot of chaos. If you've ever seen like a dubstep like a live show, or if you've ever been to one, you know how chaotic it can be, and especially towards the more extreme genres like Frenchcore and stuff like that. It's just fun.
Cool. I literally forgot the most important question. I have to go back. So we usually ask our viewers what their first perception of us were when we first met. So, and it will do the same for you.
Okay. So I'm supposed to say what I thought of you.
Yeah.
The first time, like,
The first time
and
I
maybe
ever met.
if you want, you could compare to maybe now. It's like, am I different?
Yeah.
You have the biggest difference to me because you had a different accent when I met you.
Oh yeah, not the accent. Yeah.
She had a completely different accent. You sounded way more American and way more.
Faked it.
You faked an American. Yeah. I'm not gonna say you sounded fake because I don't think you did.
Yeah.
I think you were just like a little bit more shy about who you really were.
Okay.
So you didn't really come out to who you really are. You were really showing up. So
Yeah.
because you actually. I feel like you know yourself way better now, so you can be way more comfortable around.
Yeah.
And that vibe just goes off you so much, and it's really nice. Martin, I've known you for the longest, but I
You don't remember me?
I don't really remember how you were.
No.
I'm sorry.
I was weird.
I think we're all weird.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I was weird too. I still am.
Too. I was weird too.
We're all weird.
Yeah.
You're basically still the same person.
You were also a little bit more shy.
I was. Yeah.
I feel like that's because we didn't know each other that
Yeah,
much.
exactly.
Like that's why I would say Lisa was a bit more shy. But you give me very strong vibes.
Okay.
Like you know what you want
Yeah,
basically.
that's true though.
Like,
I
you've always
appreciate
given off that vibe.
Thank you.
Like if you want something, you are gonna get it. Like that type of vibe.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
evolution.
Yeah.
When I first met you, I thought you were very energetic,
Yeah.
which I think is true.
I think I still am, but
Yeah.
it depends on the day now.
It depends on the day. Also depends who you're talking to, how comfortable you are in the situation.
Absolutely.
When back then I think you were just always very energetic. And then I remember I wanted to be friends with you because I liked your music taste. That's what it was. Also
You
because
still
at
do?
the time,
You still do?
uh,
Oh. No, what the heck?
There's some levels I wouldn't go to. Like I can listen to it, but I wouldn't go to concerts or
Yeah,
whatever.
fair enough. Fair enough.
But I also remember back then you were reading the manga, Assassination Classroom.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with that manga during COVID. I watched it. I loved it, and so I thought that was cool, and I wanted to spend the music about it.
You never talked to me about it though.
No, because
The one thing we,
Missed
the one, yeah,
opportunity.
exactly. The one thing we had in common, just you didn't talk about it.
My first music with you, like I said, I've seen you around, but I think before, to me it's like you before music and then you after music, you know? So like before music you were just like everybody else. Does that make sense? Like you blended in with all the other kids, but then when you came into the friend group and when you came into the friend group, that's when you also got more into music, if I'm not wrong.
Absolutely.
And then I started to see your personality come out. So before it was like more like, it's Martim, okay. But now it's like, it's Martim, yeah, I know who he is. He's the guy who likes music and da-da-da-da. I think you've created or curated your own kind of look, your likes, what you enjoy, that you stand out in the best way possible. Like you're the music guy.
It's kind of like what I said with you. I became way more comfortable who I was, and I found myself way better. So I could, even if I was more energetic back then, the energy I bring now
Exactly.
rarely is a better energy.
yeah.
So like you found the person you are,
Exactly.
which is great.
It's good. Everyone should find yourself.
Yeah, growing up, you guys. You should grow up.
I think we're
Yeah,
gonna.
you specifically, grow up.
You should grow
There's
up.
some people who haven't grown up, you guys. There's some people where I look at them and I don't think they found themselves yet.
Example?
No.
Oh, okay. Mine.
Ooh, drama.
Okay,
Can we not let me? We can bleep it. Let me think of an example. Let me think, because I know there's people like.
Why can't we just talk about the economical
And political
situation?
state of
It's
this-
exactly.
Oh, bro, I really want to do that. I actually did. See, my thing is, I think everyone has grown up to some extent.
Yeah.
Maybe not to yours, but just a little bit in their own way they've grown up.
Also, what does it mean to grow? Do you mean like become more mature by that?
Is to what I think is like to find yourself, to know who you are, and also like to know. I guess it is to know what you want. Like there's some people that I see that like sometimes they hang out with some people and I don't know if that's who they want to be hanging out with or if that's who they think they should be hanging out with.
I feel that 100%.
And then they act a certain way because that's how they think they should act, not because that's how they want to act. And I mean, I've done that too, and I still do that sometimes when I'm like insecure or whatever. But I think some people are still stuck in that loop, and it sucks.
I completely agree. I was kind of that until recently as well. I was like with a group that I enjoyed being with, but it wasn't the one I enjoyed being with the most. When you finally find those people that you like fit in perfectly,
It's nice.
It's
nice. It's really nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I like to think of COVID a lot of the times for this, like growing up, because I think us being alone in solitude and having a lot of time with ourselves, we got the chance to kind of figure out what we wanted to do, who we were, what our ambitions were. So after COVID, though some of us were still, you know, trying to figure it out, after that, so what, S4, that's when everybody properly flourished and became their own individuals, I think.
I think that's too early. I think I became my own person in like S6.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I feel like you were you way earlier, like
No,
even in
'cause
S4.
I started acting more like myself, like I actually wanted to in S4 and S5. But it was really S6 where like
Where it was
it
concrete.
hit. Yeah.
Concrete,
Like I felt it.
I feel like for me, like observing people-wise, I did see a shift. Like everybody kind of doing more of their own thing. Like okay, there was more of a development happening over time, but especially after COVID, I could feel that some people were really starting to figure out who they were, and it showed a lot from the way they dressed, from the way they spoke, from the way anything. You could just kind of differentiate everybody from everyone in a way. There's some people who you can't, but then as an individual, when you get to know them, you realize they're not the same as their peers.
Exactly.
So that's why I say, like, when you're at school, it's not fair to say whether or not some kids haven't matured or not because you haven't gotten the chance to have a one-on-one with them.
That's true.
Because the moment I've had this thing where I've had one-on-ones with a good amount of people, and I'm like, wow, you are not
It's way
the way.
different than you think.
Exactly. You're not the way you portray yourself to be. You're actually way, better than that. Which can be a good and a bad thing because you don't have to prove anything to anyone. But
You've got to be yourself.
yeah. Okay.
I have a question that was requested that I asked you, and that is, are you ever gonna cut your hair off?
No. No, not willingly. That's for
Not
sure.
willingly?
Unless I start balding really badly, I think I'm going to keep it as long as I
You
can.
have a great hairline.
No.
Like actually.
It's
not
fine.
going back.
It's not going back, but it's.
Now your hairline
It could be
is
closer.
staying. And I'm hoping that it stays.
I hope so too, because
Yeah.
80% of my personality is my hair.
How much money would somebody have to pay you?
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't.
You would never?
I don't think I would.
What if your mother was at gunpoint?
My mother was at gunpoint, and I had
was
to
held
take
at gunpoint.
I feel like, firstly, that situation is a little bit uncommon for most people.
Yes.
But if I was in a situation, yeah, that's,
Okay.
that would raise the question what hairstyle I would have. Like how short do I have to cut it?
Would you do a mullet? Not a mullet, sorry, like a mohawk.
No, I don't like mohawks.
No.
I don't think they don't fit me. My hairline is not good for a mohawk. I think I just go full bald, honestly.
Okay.
Not full bald, but like a tiny bit, like maybe a buzz cut maybe.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I did want to redirect back to music and kind of talk about your top artists. Who are your top artists?
I could check it on Spotify, but my top one is Rammstein. I'm a 0.1% Rammstein listener on Spotify, and I take that to heart. I think my second one was Metallica, which probably is. I listen to a lot of Metallica. They're one of my biggest influences. Their bassist is my top influence in music. I think my third one was Gojira, which I don't know if a lot of people would know. I'm trying to think of something that's not metal, but when I think of like my Spotify playlist, it's 90% metal. Okay, take a look at my Spotify Wrapped real quick.
I know mine by heart. Sorry guys,
I know
got
mine.
mine by heart.
I don't mind right now, for sure.
Okay, yeah, I was right. My number one was Rammstein. My second one was Metallica. My third one was a band called Nails, which I think none of you will know who it is unless you know me personally. It's a power violence band, which I don't recommend to anyone because they're really extreme and really loud. And I just don't think it's for anyone. Unless you like that style of music, I 100% recommend them. But if you don't, I would not recommend them. The fourth one is Mastodon, which is this kind of progressive metal band. They're a little bit more open to most people than my other bands. They're a little bit more melodic, so there's a lot more to like than like for example Metallica or anything. And the fifth one is Gojira. I was right about that one at least. They've been also one of my biggest influences. I think they write the best riffs in metal. I think what they're doing, not just for metal but for music in general, is amazing, and for the environment because they're a very environmental band. One of their albums called From Mars to Sirius is just about a story about how the environment is killing a certain planet, so they have to migrate to another one. It really reflects on what's happening right now on Earth.
My biggest issue with metal music is the politics behind it sometimes.
Yeah.
Because like rock and punk to me come from a very like left
Political space, yeah.
Political space. It is to me inherently political in many ways.
You think metal's more right wing?
Some metal bands are really weird. And
They
have
are.
really weird ideologies. Some metal bands have Nazi ideologies.
Yeah, especially there's a genre called NSBM, which is called National Socialist
That's-
Black Metal. Don't listen to it
No.
because you're supporting Nazis. but
Exactly.
I don't listen to it as well because if I ever find that a band I like is a Nazi, I just completely cut ties with it. But I feel like a lot of bands just don't really go into that type of politics. If you think of like Rage
Yeah.
Against the Machine, they are very left leaning. They're very forward with it. If you think of a band like I said, Rammstein, they don't really have any.
They're more satire.
They're satire,
Yeah.
exactly. They don't
And
have,
they're fun.
They don't really have any politics behind them. Or your Metallica. Of course, they have their ideologies that they speak
Yeah.
through their music, but it's something you don't have to
No.
accept to like the music, you know?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any band I listen to that has like some really extreme right wing
That's
or
nice.
just any extreme leaning
Ideology.
ideologies. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not my thing. But if they do, they don't speak it in their music, so
That's-
I don't know, so it's fine by me.
All right. Next question is
Lisa, what's your top 3?
what?
Yeah.
No. Marta, what's your top 3?
My top 3 right now, you guys. Always Beach Bunny, because of course. The number 2,
one, sorry?
Beach Bunny.
I don't
You're
know.
a pop. She's pop. She's cool. She's from Chicago. And then the Beatles, because who the fuck doesn't love the Beatles?
If you don't like the Beatles, you don't like music.
No,
That's what I'm
honestly.
saying.
And then number 3 right now is Doechii. Obsessed. Absolutely obsessed.
Again, I don't know.
She's a rap artist from Florida. She's done, you know that breathing song that's really popular in America?
Nope.
Okay.
Don't
well,
listen to it. Oh, sorry for the Doechii fans. It's just
no,
so,
that song is like, I like
She has better songs.
She has better songs, and I love her new mixtape. I've been listening to her older stuff too. She's really good, and I need to listen more. Yeah.
Mine, number 1, surprisingly is Frank Ocean, but I didn't listen
I don't think
to
it's
him as
surprising.
much.
I don't think it's surprising.
No.
I didn't listen to him as much this time around, so I was really surprised it was my first. My second one is Daniel Caesar, then The Weeknd, and then Harry Styles.
Harry
Which-
Styles.
Yeah,
I was not expecting
No.
that.
right?
It's like when you told me you listened to Tate McRae.
Yeah, I like her too, but that was more for summer. But no, Harry Styles is in it too because I was listening to his not most recent one because was it 20? His latest album anyway. Some of his songs I didn't get the chance to listen to all of them, so I've been listening to his songs.
Frank Ocean's great.
Ooh,
Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean is
Frank Ocean's
great.
great.
He's great.
Is it Blonde? Is it one of the albums?
Blonde, Channel Orange, and
That's a
other
good
ones.
one.
Yeah,
I like Blonde a lot.
I
Even though he's
like
not
Channel
blonde in the
Orange.
album.
I like
I'm always surprised Childish Gambino isn't on there. Because to me, I associate you a lot with Childish Gambino music.
Yeah, Childish Gambino was going down, but it is what it is. It's a seasonal kind of thing. I like to pick my music through vibes, so if it doesn't match, I don't listen. Yeah. Now, next question is. Oh no, you did your top, whatever. My question now is another our favorite. Actually, it is a fan favorite too. You get to assign me and Marta. Was it 3 songs?
3 songs. Okay.
It was one song, yeah, one song, and then me and Marta get to assign you a song. You have to explain also why you picked that song for
A
us.
specific song.
Yeah, you can look
Yeah,
this one.
you can look.
I'm
through
gonna
your
give you
song.
"Take the Power Back" by Rage Against the Machine.
Okay.
You gave off the vibe of that song and
I love
the
to be
lyrics.
associated with Rage Against
Yeah,
the
and
Machine.
the lyrics,
that's
I
great.
think it fits you perfectly.
Yeah.
If you,
Do you know what I heard they did? I saw this on the internet, but then I checked with real news sources and it's true. And Rage Against the Machine was on SNL in the 90s,
yeah.
right? And they were on SNL at the same time as the billionaire something Forbes, the Forbes magazine.
Yeah, the Forbes magazine
right?
guy.
So them being, who
Rage
they
Against the
are,
Machine.
Rage Against the Machine.
They rage against
They
the
did
machine.
not like him, and apparently, like they were supposed to perform 2 songs. They performed
Yeah.
1 song, and they wanted to hang up upside down American flags. They weren't allowed to.
Yeah.
Got them mad, and then afterwards, they cut up the American flags they brought. They made them into a ball. They went into the dressing room of the Forbes guy. He was in the dressing room where his family was,
Yeah.
and he started throwing the ball. That's like a form of protest.
That's the most Rage Against the Machine thing I've heard
It's
in
so
my
silly.
life. It's silly, but
Like I think there were kids there too. Like
it leaves an impact. It leaves
nobody
an
knew
impact.
about this, so unfortunately, I don't think it did that much.
But
It
when,
should've
when
been
someone
news.
knows about it, they'll remember it because
Yeah,
of how weird it is.
it's how.
It's how
Yeah.
it's weird.
And then they got kicked out and they didn't get perform the second song, but like it was worth it. I think they did well. Yeah. They said you have a song for March.
I do have a song because I wanted to bring this. Sorry, you go.
I wanted to give yours one, but I don't want to do something that you'll enjoy because you have amazing music taste.
Thank you so
I remember
much.
she has amazing music taste, guys. Seriously,
I-
we were in the bus to going to Paris. I think that was it. You were right next to Naomi, and she put on music. Oh, I've never heard of those musicians and those songs, but they were good. They were good.
I have a song for you because I remember this was when did we have? Well, I'm editing this, but it was Miss Fox S3.
S2, S3.
Yeah, it was S2. And
Yeah,
I remember
that's
we used
true,
to,
too.
yeah, and I remember she would give us each the chance to play one of our favorite songs or one of the songs in class.
I remember, yeah.
And I remember you put the Gorillas Feeling Good.
Yeah, Feel Good Inc. Fun.
Bro, you put me on them. They are so good.
Represent.
And so that's the song, literally wearing the shirt.
Represent.
And that's the song I associate you with because there was just a vibe to the song. You're just a vibe, Martin.
That's the
I don't know how to explain it. It's just you have to listen to the song, but don't listen to the song. Just you have to listen to lyrics, the music, the instruments, and really
Everything.
listen to everything. That's
It's
how you
deeper
listen
than
to
you
music.
think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the song.
It's actually the first bass line I learned.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel
well,
Good Inc.
Yeah, it was
That
really.
and
I can't think of the bass line right now. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's the first one many people.
Many
It's
people.
like
Yeah. It's the bassist.
yeah.
But yeah, you put me on them, and literally every time I hear that song, it literally reminds me of you when you played that. I was like, yep, you put me on them.
It's a good. I'm trying to find one.
I have one for you. It's by this guy, these guys. Do you know Joey Balance and Bray?
No.
Okay, so
No, I don't.
I've mentioned them on the podcast before. They're this group from right now, this rap group that sounds like Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Do you know the Beastie Boys? Yeah. So they're really 90s, really like silly white man rap.
Silly white man.
Silly white man rap. And I'm giving you their song, The Baddest.
Because I'm the bad to the bone.
No, that's not what this song is about.
What is it
It's-
about?
Let me play. It's just literally the lyric is I'm the baddest bitch in this club. And I
I'm
think
the
it's
baddest
so
bitch
fun.
in this club.
And I
Can we
think
swear on this?
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
yeah.
the baddest bitch in this club.
It's not metal,
Yeah.
but I think it's and like not part of the genres you've mentioned, I think. But it's still I think it's fun and I think you would enjoy it and I do associate you with like the kind of person that would like go to metal music, have like conversation, but then if you're at a club I think you would have fun.
Yeah. I think so.
I feel like you've been to clubs.
I didn't like them.
Okay.
I don't like the environment in clubs.
Maybe it's just the European clubs.
Yeah. I
Because
don't.
I've heard European clubs are the bad
Yeah.
or Luxembourgish clubs.
Luxembourgish clubs.
Because I don't drink. I'm completely sober.
Yeah.
So it's not fun to me. I don't think you need to drink to have fun, and I don't have fun when
I don't
everyone's just
drink at a
drunk.
club. Cause
I'm gonna give you Chanel by Frank Ocean. It's on my playlist.
Okay.
So
I like that song.
I'm gonna give you that.
Thank you. It's a vibe.
It is a vibe.
It's Frank Ocean. Come on.
The opening line is kind of weird because he says his friend is pretty like Chanel.
Yeah, but he is. I think he's bisexual. Yeah, so he does express that in a lot of his music. I think mostly in his first album. No, that's not his first album. He has other albums, but the one official one, Channel Orange, he does express his bisexuality a lot.
I didn't know that actually.
But yeah, he. I think you know what
She's
I
holding
have
back
to,
from just going off.
because you guys understand it, but music
I
is
do.
not just listening to it. You have to.
You
not
gotta
just
feel it.
listen, exactly.
It's
And
an
it's not
experience.
just the lyrics; it's the
The
way
instrumental,
the
everything.
instruments move, and it's just you have to feel it. That's why whenever there's like a moment, I can pick a song because it's a specific vibe, and I can feel. I just can feel it. You can feel it.
I completely understand that.
So
I feel
good.
the same.
And yeah, but yeah, you know what? I'm not surprised that you do like Frank Ocean. It makes sense.
I always like to say I like every music that's good, that I find good. Because I do like some rap, I do like some pop, even though it's not my main genre. Because personally, I just find metal the best. I just feel like to me it has the most feeling, it has the most everything, instrumental, vocal, and everything. But it doesn't mean I don't like other genres. I'm not like one of those metalhead gatekeepers that are like, it's metal or nothing.
Right.
So I feel like you can't really call yourself a musician if you don't at least respect other genres.
Yeah, that's really good. What about you, Mark? Is there another genre that maybe someone's like, oh, I didn't expect you to listen to that?
I mean, if you don't, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's different levels to it. Like some people know me because that I like rock. So if I tell them, oh, I love rap a lot because I do listen to a lot of rap, especially recently, they would maybe be surprised. Some people know me for me would assume I really like pop or something, and then they'd be surprised I like to listen to hard rock sometimes. It's just, it depends what perspective you know me from. I think sometimes what people forget is that I love musical theater and I love Disney songs, and so that's always on my playlist
Did you like
at all
Wicked?
times. I went,
Yeah.
I went, guys,
He said, yeah.
Were you one of the people who were just jumping around in the theater?
no, because I think that's,
Sing?
I saw it twice.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
I saw it twice. I saw it the first time ever with Sarah, who also loves musical theater, who has also been here.
Big up, Sarah.
And then we saw it again, and it was a sing-along, you guys.
Okay.
And so you're supposed to sing, right? We were supposed to sing, and it was the funnest thing ever. And every time I listen to Wicked now, I get so sad because I'm never gonna be able to do this again.
That's the
And it's
beauty
so
of
fun.
music.
It's like going to a concert. To do something.
Exactly.
Lisa is judging me so bad.
What?
right now.
I'm
Look
not.
at her.
I'm not. I keep thinking about the, you know, the. You guys think that, and I can't help but laugh.
I haven't watched the movie, so I have no
Because it's
opinion
like
here.
it's a hard belting pause. I'm like, you guys all. But was it everyone, or was it just you two?
Not everyone. It's a sing-along.
Okay. Sorry.
It's
I
a
thought it was just
sing-along.
you two, and I was
No.
like,
That would be really awkward. Imagine you just watching a movie and just two guys start singing.
No, actually, when we were at the movie theater, we were sitting like in front of a bunch of like oldish people, and then at the end they turned back. It's like, wow, you guys did so great! Like you knew what they were gonna say before they said it. You guys knew all the songs. That's so good. I don't think they knew it was a sing along.
But yeah.
I think they'd never seen that movie before, and I think they showed up because they wanted to sing it, and then it was no, they enjoyed it though. They looked like they were having so much fun.
They just didn't know the.
Is the movie actually good, or is it just like the music thing?
I think it depends who you ask, because she likes
It's
music.
good musical theater.
But is the story any good?
I like it because it's political. However, I don't think, like, if you don't appreciate musical theater and if you don't like some, like, it's like, do you like Mean Girls? Do you think Mean Girls
I
is
don't know what Mean Girls
Okay. Like, to me, Mean Girls is a really good movie, but other people that don't appreciate that kind of movie, which is like just girls in high school doing whatever, they won't think it's a good movie.
It's like, what's it called? High School.
It's like High School Musical.
High School Musical. Is it like High School Musical?
High School Musical is a musical.
Yeah.
But I don't like that personally, but that's just me. But it's like you have to be a certain kind of person to enjoy that, I think. And so to me, it's a really good movie. But yeah, I give it 4 stars on Letterboxd.
Huh. That's not bad.
Yeah.
So I watch mostly horror movies, or like National Geographic, because I like that stuff. I like history a lot and geography, so I like to know about that. But if there's any good movies like Wicked, I'd like for you to recommend it to me.
You should watch
West Side
Wicked.
Story.
I should watch Wicked.
It's about West Side Story.
West
West
Side
Side-
Story is more chill.
I
I've
think I've
never
watched
watched
it. It's the one with jazz, isn't it?
It has probably jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've watched it.
Okay. Yeah. Then watch Grease.
No, I did.
I've
Grease
watched
is
Grease.
so fun.
Grease is great.
Grease is
I
amazing.
feel like just go slowly by slowly up. The next most heavy one. What's the good one?
Hamilton is so good, you guys. Hamilton,
Hamilton-
I've also watched it twice. It's really fucking, if you like history,
I do like
Like
history.
it.
really good.
Like and
But it doesn't
Hamilton,
compare
like the president.
to this.
Hamilton was not
Is it not?
This
Yeah.
founding
He was
father.
founding fathers.
Oh, the sounds. Yeah.
You want to get something
Alexander.
closest to Wicked. Wicked's not hefty. It's just a lot of stuff.
Isn't it like 3 hours long? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's because it's musical.
It's a musical.
Yeah.
We'll check Letterboxd.
No, but like Hamilton is a musical I would recommend to people who don't like musicals. Because it's just
No, that's
so,
a bad idea.
No,
It's too long.
I don't care.
I watched, but that's not the point. You're trying to get them into it.
No, I'm trying to get them
Whoa.
to watch Hamilton.
Yeah, okay, but like you want to first ease them into the musical first. You don't want to start them off with something that's heavy and long. You know what I'm saying? Because Hamilton is good, but it's long and it requires your
Hamilton is
attention.
what got me into musicals sometimes. Hamilton is what got so many people into musicals because it went to Disney Plus, and so people had access to it, and that's what got them to other musicals. But it's like it's the only like there's only songs. At
Yeah.
no point they speak. You watch it.
Yeah.
At no point they speak. But like it's so well done.
Musicals don't have like the best history of being good, like
Yeah.
High School Musical, and
It just
I recently tried to watch a musical called Emilia Perez.
Oh my God! Don't watch that. Please don't watch
Don't
that.
watch the movie.
Don't watch
That
it.
It's
movie's
not a musical.
There's
It was
music
made,
in it.
It was made by a French guy
Yeah, it was
who knew
made-
nothing about Mexico.
Context.
It was not until
This movie is about like
a trans
a Mexican
woman.
drug lord who wants to become a woman and to go away from the the drug life, but it sucks. It talks nothing about the Mexican drug empires or anything. It's just
No, but it's a bad musical. It's
And it
just,
won an Oscar.
it won 4 Oscars, I
It's
think.
genuinely a bad musical. People who like musicals don't like that musical.
It's just a bad movie in general.
It's
not the
It's just
plot.
bad.
horrible.
Just bad.
It's horrible.
Long story short, guys, don't watch that. Watch
Don't.
Hamilton.
Don't
Grease,
watch Hamilton.
West Side Stories.
Yeah, West Side
Guns is
Story is
also
really
one. Legally Blonde's also a really good one. But yeah,
Yeah.
there you have it. Oh, and if anyone likes Mamma Mia, go watch Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia is fun. But Mamma Mia is for people who like ABBA.
ABBA's great though.
ABBA is great.
I don't like
ABBA's
ABBA.
amazing. Absolutely.
I liked the ABBA aspect of it, but the plot,
The plot is
was
bad.
so
It's like
wow,
Bohemian
that's
Rhapsody
bad.
where the music's good, but the movie is just mid.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody was so
Bohemian Rhapsody-
disappointing.
It was
I
disappointing.
liked it.
It was really underwhelming because there's more
was.
to him. There's more to show.
I think they only showed that he was gay and did drugs.
Yeah, and the fact that he got HIV and all that. I was like, okay, yeah, that's part of
There's
it.
so much
but
more to that man.
Yeah, but the same for the Elvis Presley movie. I'm sorry, I watched it and I was like,
Didn't watch
you could have.
I was talking to my dad and he said that the only good biopics are like biopics of a person that like describe an era. For example, Oppenheimer, also a 3-hour movie, but really fucking good. It doesn't just describe the person, like it's his life story, but it also describes a moment in time where the nuclear bomb was created and when these conflicts started to arise, like what should we do? What's the like? It's a moment in time. It's not just his life story. What's another example? I don't know what another example of that is right now, but it's.
I know a bad example.
Go ahead.
Napoleon, the movie.
Oh, I didn't watch that either. With Joaquin.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix was
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah, I feel like people miss the mark every single time they do biopics, but let's hope they become better.
You're gonna do a Beatles biopic.
Interesting.
Watch your local movies. Support your local movies because the Canadian movie industry right now is terrible. Marvel is awful. DC is awful. Just watch local movies. Because the big guys are not doing good right now.
They're not listening to the people. That's the issue. They think they know what the people want, but they're not actually listening to them. That's actually bothering me, especially with shows. They keep canceling everything under the sun, and I'm like, for goodness sake! Literally, many shows from back in the day, like back in the 2000s, they took at least almost sometimes even 5 seasons till the viewership went up because people didn't actually watch the show and appreciate it as much. But now they just want money. So by season 1, end of it, everyone, the viewership has to go all the way up. If not, it's getting cancelled. That's really
Even if it's a great show.
Watch I'm Still Here or Ainda Estou Aqui if you speak Portuguese, watch it in Portuguese. If you don't, watch it in Portuguese sometimes. Really good Brazilian movie about also a moment in time about the Brazilian dictatorship and how they tortured people. Really, really good. It's very interesting, very sad. But it's
yeah. Question was, what other music thingies do you It is. Hold on.
yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry. All right.
We're back.
We are back. It's been a month.
It has
Totally
actually
not.
been a month.
It's the next day.
Spring is finally here. The lighting is better.
You know, I'm actually really sad that I missed the spring day. Like, I completely forgot 21st is spring, and I didn't celebrate, and now I feel bad. I feel like it's not spring anymore.
Well, it's
Didn't
spring.
know that was a thing.
You could pause. It's fine. We don't mind. It's fine.
Mafalda.
So, like, keep going. What's... Do you have a
I
question?
Talking about
have
it.
no idea. We were talking about movies. No, we weren't. We were talking about music.
Songs that you wouldn't expect us to listen to.
Listen to. I don't remember what you guys said, but if you want, give it a quick rundown.
I think the answer I had before, I already answered this, so I think I'm done. But you guys can answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of electronic music, I said, and I actually been really getting into ABBA.
Ooh.
ABBA, like old school, they're great. So I'm gonna say ABBA. I don't think people would think I'd listen to
Have you
ABBA.
watched Mamma Mia?
No,
You should
I
watch
have to.
Mamma Mia. It's really
I've heard
fun.
the stories of people like singing along to it in the movie theater.
I
so-
went to see it in the movie theater.
Did you
It's
sing
really
along
fun.
to it?
Yeah.
Fair.
I was with Elisa and Sarah. No, Elena.
Mm,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah. Lisa?
I didn't like Mamma Mia. But I think I like the songs. Yeah, you can never go wrong with ABBA. It's just the plot really got me that I'm looking to
I feel like that's the same thing with Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie.
Yeah.
Like the music's great, but the plot is just so bad.
I wanted a bit more. I'm not gonna. They deserved a lot more, and they focused on the okay things that everybody knew, but they could have gone more in depth.
For Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like it's just like, oh, Freddie Mercury, huh?
This is a Wikipedia page.
It's a Wikipedia page, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell.
Please, yeah.
Tate McRae.
Tate McRae?
Yeah.
I did not expect you to
I
listen to Tate
listen.
McRae.
This is something people don't know. I grew up with the music that went like this. That's my
Oh,
stuff.
like this?
you know?
What is that?
Like it has a lot of beat, like Rihanna, Tate McRae, all that stuff. I love
I
the
get
stuff
that.
with a lot of beat. I used to do dance, but even as a young kid, I used to love dancing. So those are my kind of songs. So
Yeah.
I guess it depends who. You know what I'm saying? For some
Like
people, it's
Tyler
like
too.
the what?
Tyler.
Oh, sorry. I was like, who's she talking about? No, I guess it depends who you're talking to, because I think a good amount of people wouldn't be too surprised if that's something.
Did you grow up in Luxembourg?
Nope.
No, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Portugal for 8 years. Don't ask me about it. Don't remember a single thing. I just remember going to my grandma's every weekend. That was great. She moved now. Unfortunately, she had like a huge farm. I'm talking like maybe 3 acres.
That's really fun.
That's-
What animals?
She had a peacock. Which is fun.
What?
Yes, yes.
Is that legal?
If you
Don't
can,
ask me.
tame it, well, or not tame it,
I-
take care of it, I'm sure it's.
Yeah, I vividly
guess.
remember she having a peacock. She had a ton of chickens. I love chickens because of that now.
No.
She had a few dogs, if I remember correctly, and we had a bunch of cats.
Of course. That's a
Absolutely.
great choice, yeah.
Alright, I think another question. I think we went through this actually. Was if you could give an advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Oh God, that's kind of deep. That's a deep question. I don't know. One advice is how young are we talking?
You can choose.
As young as you like.
You
It
can
could
even
be
do
S1,
multiple
Well,
if you
like
want
different
to.
stages of your life.
Yeah.
since I found myself right now, I'm gonna say to my younger self to listen to metal because I found it way later than most people do. So I think if I started with music earlier on, I would be in a much better position. Even though I am in a very good position, I'm grateful for where I am. But I think if I started even earlier, I would be even happier than where I am right now with it.
Okay, that's it.
Just
Like,
like you would
is
tell
this-
them to
is
listen to music?
Just listen to more music, yeah. Listen
And
to
what
music.
age would you tell them? Like S1 or earlier?
I would say earlier because I started listening to metal at S2, so that's when I really got addicted to music. So I'd say to my like 8-year-old self,
Yeah.
because you see like on Instagram and stuff like 9-year-olds that picked up a guitar like 2 years ago and they can already like shred like
Yeah.
complete masterfuls. Because the younger you are, the easier it is like
Get it.
get to learn it for some reason. That's insane to me. So I feel like I would be even better than where I am right now, and I kind of want that badly.
Alright, that's fair. I think that's good advice.
See, it was so long ago, guys, that I don't know what to ask because I'm afraid you've already
That's
asked
what I'm
it.
saying too, but I don't think. Okay.
Okay, you have one.
No, like I don't think the ones more about his childhood we haven't gone into depth.
Yeah, so we'll go more into that.
So
Portugal.
What?
Portugal, you went direct to Luxembourg?
Yep,
How old? You were 9?
I was 8,
8.
8.5. Yeah.
And so you went straight into the public school system, started
Yep,
learning
awful school.
Luxembourgish?
Hated it.
Okay.
yeah, let's go into depth on that. I would like to know more on that if you're okay with speaking about
I
it.
was in what's now considered the worst primary school in all of Luxembourg.
Was
Yes.
it?
It's Eschbril.
My siblings went there.
Did they like it?
Well, they had a good time. It was considered, well, Esch in general is considered as the ghetto even still today.
Okay.
So that's why. But back, like when they were there, it was okay. Like it was good teaching. It was just it depended on the student. If you're willing to work, you got to places. If you didn't, then
At least when I was there. Awful school. Everyone was just like you said, basically it was just like a whole ghetto. The school was really weird as well. There was like half of it was like really modern, and the other half is just like old, so you had to go between buildings and stuff. And I remember vividly one time I couldn't get in to one of the rooms because the teacher was just not looking at me and just didn't pay attention to me. So I just like did nothing for like 3 hours until my parents came and were like, "What are you doing?" because they came early. And I was like, oh yeah, they didn't let me in, so I'm just out here.
Oh my gosh.
That is
That's
so
not
mean.
okay.
Yeah, that is really
That's
mean.
not okay.
And how long were you in the Luxembourg school system till?
Until I came here into university,
So-
not university, sorry. Into what would it say? What is this? In
Secondary school.
Secondary school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
It's, English is weird, man.
No, it's not.
No, because like this is like
Primary,
Because
secondary.
because in French it's a lycée. In German it's lycée and
École
everything. So.
secondaire. Do you not
I
say
think
that?
for
I
in
him,
don't
he's
think you say
thinking
that.
American-wise because it's like middle school and then high school.
Yeah,
so
and then high school.
technically, this would be middle school.
French? No, we're in
No,
high
we would
school.
be in half of
No,
high
I'm
school.
not talking about now. I'm talking about when he came.
When
to
I came to school, it would be middle school. Exactly.
Yeah, but
So-
technically it's second grade of middle school, even. Because it's like 4 years.
Oh, okay. Entrance is middle
Yeah.
school, and then what we're in, which is S4 till S7, is high school.
What?
So
I was a good.
Sorry.
I was a good 4 years. 4 or 5 years, I'd say. Because we moved a lot when I first started coming here. I went to one school for a year, and then I went to 2 schools for 1 year, and then I stayed in the same school for the rest of the 2 or 3 years. And I enjoyed that school a lot, actually.
Did he teach you to like adapt to situations, better make friends? No.
No. For the first school, I had like 2 friends, and that's because I went to a babysitter, and they were just people from that school.
Okay.
In the second and third school, it was way better, but still I have no contact with them, which is a bit of a shame. I've always been like outspoken, so I make my presence known, so I wouldn't say it's hard for me to find friends. But ever since I came to secondary school, it just got way better.
That's nice.
It just got way better, and I think that's,
English section, good.
yeah, English section, absolutely.
we totally rule.
I was actually in the French section for the first year.
Yeah,
I hated
let's
it.
get to that.
I hated it.
Did you have like friends like were the people completely different, like
They were way worse.
mentality-wise and everything?
Way worse. I didn't vibe with them at all. It's not just because of the language, because I was better at French back then than I am now, because I cared about French back then. Just like I just didn't care for the people. And I just really didn't like them. It was a good benefit coming to the
I do
English
wanna-
section.
But you still have the same people now, and like most of them are still in the school. Do you think they've changed?
Oh yeah, a lot of them have changed for the better. Like everyone has changed for the better. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying like it's all their fault. I was also different back then, and probably I would vibe with them now, but just
Yeah.
as stupid 13-year-old teenagers, I just couldn't vibe with them.
Yeah. I do have a question is, well, could you, well, since you are friends with some people in the German section, if I'm not wrong, right? What is the difference between French section students, English section students, and German section students?
And Portuguese section.
Well, if you know that.
I think French section is way more like to themselves. I don't want to like I don't want to generalize, but I feel like they think they're the best section, kind of, because there's most of them. There's like 5 French sections, and I feel like they keep a lot to themselves, and they think they're the better ones. And when it comes to English and the German sections, because there's way less of them, they're way more open to other sections. I feel like it's not. Cause I feel like in French sections you only speak to the French sections, but here in English we have French in the English section, the Portuguese section, the German section, and even some of the French section we talk to. And I feel like that's the biggest difference between them. I don't know if that's a culture thing, if that's a language thing. It's just it just feels to me that way, because especially when I came to the English section, I just vibe with people way more even outside of the English section.
I think it might be the language. No hate to the Frenchies out there.
Hate to the French.
But I think it's really the language barrier, because some of them are genuinely not willing to speak English because they're not
Absolutely.
comfortable, and
It's
I
not-
completely
I feel like it's not just because they're not comfortable, because they don't really care.
just don't care, which is also fair because we have to also put the effort to speak French.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, there's also this openness that, again, it's a bit biased, but I think I can see too, is like we tend to be more open German section too. I think also the Portuguese section, it depends who it is though. But then, yeah. But
I
the
have-
French sections, it's a bit more intimidating.
I have pretty opposite of like a lot of people in the English section keep to themselves too. Like if we look at our friend group, most people in our friend group are from specifically the English section, but it also makes sense. So I've heard like the opposite sort of like, oh, we're more closed-minded and what we think we're the best because we know we're the best.
Exactly.
Like
See, I don't like. Okay, we're good section. I like our section.
really
Are we the best?
Who is the best? It's like
There is no best. We all have our flaws. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's always something wrong. I don't like saying that we're the best.
But we have the least wrong.
Exactly.
To be fair, we have the least drama. We have the least
You
drama.
can't say
not
that.
true.
You can't say that.
Because you
That's
don't
not
hear the
true.
drama. And you, the
Yeah,
moment,
that's
oh my
true.
god, yeah, the moment you get even a bit of inside of one drama, it will never be the end. You're gonna realize how messy people are.
To me, I feel like we have the least drama.
No, I think the people with the least drama must be the Germans, actually.
That's
No?
not
Okay.
true.
No.
No, that's not true.
Definitely not.
I would
Take
say,
it from me. No, it's not.
I think we're all problematic in our own ways. We all have issues. Nobody's perfect, but we have our pros and cons.
Yeah.
Put it like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the afro,
Gotta
Yeah.
keep it just.
gotta keep it real.
Yeah.
Keep it real. But yeah, I think that's it. We should get to the 3 last questions now.
Should we? Okay.
You know,
3 last questions.
scary.
From your whole life up until now, what's one thing you want to take with you to the future?
Future. Like an object or like a mentality.
Anything.
Send me
Anything. Up to interpretation.
Wow, you gotta give me a moment here because that's like very open-ended.
Yeah. You could be prepared if you watch our episodes. If you listen, you're doing great. Otherwise, you're not doing great.
Yeah, but by the time we asked them, they would have forgotten. So don't worry.
I don't want to say the same answer again and again. So just music in general. So I'm trying to find something else, but my brain just can't come up with anything else. So I think I will gonna go with like my music taste. I hope it doesn't change because I like how it is right now.
But I think that's just who you are. You live, breathe, eat music, and that's cool.
Yeah.
So exactly. So I don't think you should have that. I think that's a good answer. But now the our favorite question, my favorite question. Martin, you get to ask me and Martin any question under the sun. We have to answer. We have to be truthful. You can ask
Any
us.
question.
Yeah, you can ask us one question and we both have to answer it, or each one individual question.
I can make this very bad.
Anything, literally.
And we have to be
You have to
honest.
answer.
We have to answer. We have to be honest.
Who's the most annoying person to you?
In the world,
No, like here in school.
in our year, in school.
Yeah, in our year, let's say in our year. Like, who do you find
fuck,
like,
if it was-
God, he's insufferable or they are insufferable?
That's easy though. I'm sorry.
Is it?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's easy. It's really easy. Let me double check the people around us. You know.
Really? Really?
You know what? Put that in because now they will know. I'll make sure to bleep that out.
You know
Okay.
and we have reasons. Mostly have reasons.
Are you interviewing them then?
Because you have to interview your biggest ops, you know.
Yeah.
To make stops. I don't believe in that, but sure.
No, we think it's correct to interview as many people as we can who are willing to
What do
come
you think
on.
there'll be a bit of a bias in?
Yes, but there's always a bias.
Yeah.
There's always a bias. Like
It's
we're
like vibe.
we're always gonna be a little bit more open with people we're comfortable with.
Yeah.
We're always gonna ask everybody a different question because we know it relates to them. So there's always bias. Everything's subjective. But
We'll try and be open and nice.
try.
Wow.
Question.
Try is the key word, yeah.
Yeah. Lisa.
I got a question from Lisa. Oh god. You're gonna have to cut a lot of stuff out.
Don't worry,
'cause
don't worry about
just
it.
thinking and thinking and thinking. What is your most unpopular opinion? Like, absolutely, like, if you would say this, someone would probably punch you.
Oh, that's a good question. I have to dig.
You're making her dig and create awkward silence.
I've been doing it too much, so it's time for someone else.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion. See, I'm so annoying though. Because, see, look, okay, this is the issue about me, is that I always find a reason. Like I look at both sides, like playing chess, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to kind of
Check both
predict,
sides.
yeah, predict what the other person is thinking. So then in order for you to actually be able to make a proper decision out of it. But the most problematic, okay, I got one.
Okay. It's gotta be spicy though.
It's not it's gonna be so stupid. But it's like, it's something that I don't know, wait, let me not pick up that story because if I bring out false information, I'm gonna get slandered on the comments. But I just think that if you're trans, so like if you are a trans woman or man, you shouldn't. So let's say you're a trans woman, you shouldn't be able to compete in the women's section. Same for trans man. I mean, yeah, because you're a woman and you're trans man, you shouldn't be competing in the men's section. It doesn't make sense. They're different competence. There are still what's it called? I forgot.
Hormones?
No, it's not. Yeah, that
Advantage, like an
yeah, there's certain advantages, physical advantages that one gender has that the other doesn't. So it wouldn't make it fair. At best, then create another category,
For
which
trans
then
athletes?
which is not. I know some people don't like that, so it's not the best. But I'm not pro that. I think it doesn't make sense.
It's an icky subject.
Yeah, it's an icky subject.
It's a very icky subject that I want to really get more information about because like it's very picky. So I don't want to say one thing and the other. I also don't want to say they're not allowed to compete at all because there have been like trans athletes do compete in the Olympics. They have competed in the Olympics, and they don't do better. Like they're on par with their
counterparts.
with not counterparts, but just with everybody else. They're on their. No, I understand what you would say, but yeah, they're just on the same level because you haven't heard of like trans athlete beats all the women in the Olympics. No, and there are trans athletes.
Not in the Olympics, but there's a.
There's Iman Khalif, but she was not
Yeah.
trans. That was she was just getting
that was-
slandered by Elon Musk and J.K. Rowling
there's
and
a-
suing them now.
Is that the American?
Yeah, the swimmer. The American swimmer.
Michael
like,
Phelps.
No. Michael Phelps
It's
is not
this
trans.
other story.
No, but
There
that's-
was-
okay.
There was this. That's why I didn't want to bring up because just in case I bring out false information. But there was a swimming competition, and I don't know how they found out, but they found out that they were competing with a trans woman, and she ended up winning the competition by I don't know how much.
The thing is, what this person was not good at all in the male league. I think it was maybe, let's be generous, like top 1,000. Don't quote me on this. Then when he switched to the women's league, when they switched to the women's league, they became like top 10 of the world.
So I'm saying, like,
Something like
there's
that.
certain physical advantages that you have. Believe it or not, it's just the way it is. It's like Martin, you'll be able to run way more faster than I will ever. It's just the way it is. There's certain exceptions, but an exception is not a rule. So
Yeah.
that's just the way it is.
And I think that's something that is really, really, like I understand why you would say that because it's, I mean, yeah, but I think it's a topic that really needs, you can't just talk about it if you don't understand what's going on. I think, for example,
why I said
you can't, that's why I understand, and it's,
This is
I
why
think
we
that's a
should
perfect
leave it
topic.
here.
Exactly.
This is why we should leave it here.
So that's my take. But you do what you will. Free country, freedom of speech. Let's go.
It's opinions, guys. Don't hate each other. Hate billionaires.
All right, so Martin, we're coming to our very last question, which is you are talking to your future self. What are your hopes and dreams?
I'm sorry.
I'm talking to my future self.
Your future self, look into the camera, your hopes and dreams, what you hope you've accomplished, things you shouldn't do.
This is not going to be awkward at all.
Maybe a milestone you would want to reach by then? You go.
Hello, 30-year-old me. Hopefully, you are in a band still, and not just in a miserable job. That's about it. Just make music, please. Don't stop, because you will be miserable if you don't. That's it.
All right.
I'm a simple man.
What about like
I'm a simple man.
future love, anything?
Don't care.
Don't care.
If you're married, great. If you're not, no worries. You're married to music.
That's his message, so that's fine.
Yeah.
You should. To me, I feel like love's such an overhyped thing in the world. Like everyone's like rushing into it.
Okay.
And if you're hoping like, oh, you should be flirty, you should be married, and you're gonna rush into things you shouldn't.
Okay.
I'm more of a thing like I let things happen.
Yeah.
Like as I'm going, I don't like to say like, okay, so when you're this, you're gonna do that, and then with that, because it's gonna be that. I just don't vibe with it.
Yeah.
Like, of course, there's some things you should do like that. Like I said, I want to be in a band, I want to play at certain festivals, but
But other things just like come as they go.
that come as a go. Because
Yeah.
if you put too many goals on top of yourself, you're just gonna like hurt
Stress
yourself,
yourself out,
stress
yeah.
yourself out, and you're gonna hurt yourself. And I
Yeah.
don't want that. Don't hurt yourself, guys. It's bad.
That's very good advice to give to yourself. I hope your future self is proud of your younger self, your mentality of the person you were. We hope you accomplish that. We hope you stay in that band of yours. And
Or have the one.
yeah. And
I want to say this one honestly.
and
I
if
like
you
it.
become famous,
I won't forget you guys. Everyone says that. Everyone says that. I will not
Invite us
forget
to your
you.
wedding.
If I have a wedding.
I want to say invite us to a
Invite us-
concert, yeah.
Give us free tickets. Give us free. No, you have to give us free tickets.
It's a grueling world. Have you seen The Economy?
We're gonna blackmail you with whatever we have. You have to give us free tickets.
I don't think you have a lot on me.
Lisa has a lot of you.
What? See, this is what I don't appreciate about. No, okay, so
Do you not?
listen, I will find. Actually, I think I do. I have the old yearbook. One day I'll whip it out.
Do you think I care?
We will make you care.
Look at a younger picture of yourself.
Have you seen previous episode? We can like do stuff to pretend like we have blackmail. We can find stuff.
But I know you don't. Because if I don't even know myself, how
I know your mom.
You know what my mom, yeah.
Yeah.
With
I'll
my
make
mom-
your mom get me free tickets.
What?
That's fine. That's fine.
Hey, you have to get me as well. All right, I think we'll end the episode now. Thank you, Martin, for coming on our episode.
Thank you for inviting me.
We hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
Span of like
A month?
A month.
It was the greatest month of my life.
Yeah. Well, we had a good time. We got to know you a bit more. Your love for music, especially. Those
Yeah, I kind of like. It's okay. You know?
It's okay.
Music's okay.
All right. This was a Day Night podcast with Lisa.
And Marta and
Martin.
See you guys next Monday. Bye. No poses.
no post.
Does anyone have philosophy? Or I want us to see our, because like this we look a bit floating.
Lost the plot there already.
That's perfect. Oh my god. You do the intro though.